Demonetization is getting me down, getting me down, getting me down. Demonetization is getting me down. Where is the nearest noose? Hey! Hello guys and welcome back to another Physic Let's Talk. So I'm sorry guys, but the Onision saga continues, but this isn't just about Onision. This is about a lot more than just Onision. This is about Onision, Social Repose, and Jaclyn Glenn. After this, I will be discussing Zoella's apology video. Oh, it is bad. It is really bad, much like the advent calendar. And after that, I'll be discussing some other little bits of information. If you enjoyed today, please do leave a lovely, beautiful, wonderful, spectacular, delightful like, or just a regular one, and subscribe if you want to help support me and my channel. My video I did the other day on Zoella and some other subjects, it was demonetized due to inappropriate content. Why? Who knows? The YouTube algorithm is a mysterious entity. I think it's because I forgot to bleep out Onision saying once, and I said bitching at the start. Aside from that, there is nothing wrong with it, YouTube. Please stop. Stop doing this. I'm trying to get somewhere with my bloody channel. Thank you very much. Although you may deny this, when a video is demonetized or copyright striked, YouTube doesn't suggest it anymore. But they don't tell you that. They just say it's been demonetized. What they should say is it's been demonetized and deemed unsuitable for most advertisers, and because of this, we won't be recommending it or promoting it in any way. Because that's the truth of it. So please stop. Please! So I'm going to make a big deal about bleeping out every last swear word with funny noises, but that adds an interesting element to my videos at least. I was doing the duck noise, but I think I like the little noise better. It suits me because at the end of the day, I am a cat. I'm not a furry. What are you talking about? Let's move on. So first off, let us take a look at a video Onision has made titled Reacting to Jaclyn Glenn Reacting to Social Repose, warning her of her future, brackets, Onision, close brackets. I just want to point out something very quickly before we get into the main topic. This is on the Onision React channel, and if we go over to his videos, on the page before I scroll down are 18 videos. I counted them earlier, and 8 of them use people's names in the title to attract viewers. So, yeah, about that. The other day you were kind of mocking Shane Dawson as being a fraud because he uses people's names in the title of his videos. Yet, here, before I scroll down, half of the videos I can see are using people's names in the title. You massive hypocrite. You massive, massive hypocrite. Massive hypocrite. You massive hypocrite. Massive, massive, massive. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that because it was kind of relevant to the video the other day, but let us get into the main video. The reason why I want to talk about this today is because it's just unnecessary. Onision needs to realise when things aren't his business. He really loves just shoving himself into other people's business, which again is a way of him obviously desperately trying to claw back some form of relevancy. It's not going to happen, Onision. It's not working. I don't think it ever will work. Looking at these 18 videos, I think more than half of them have less than 50% likes. You're doing things wrong. No one wants to see this. As if making a 27-minute video right after the breakup, gloating about how he was right and you were wrong wasn't enough, he's now made a 23-minute video as a little addition to that, where again he just gloats and rubs it in her face, laughing at her misery. Great.
It's my now position, because I'm in the position where these two people harassed me for the longest time, rubbed their relationship in my face, treated me like absolute shit.
I wouldn't say they treated you like absolute shit. I think you treat people like absolute shit, which is why they felt the same way about you. The thing is, like, if you didn't do things wrong, they wouldn't have a reason to dislike you. You shoved yourself into their business and said things that were, one, unnecessary, and two, kind of harmful. Again, it wasn't your place to say these things, it wasn't your right to say these things. It is, however, their right to be upset with that, and you do not have the right to make this video gloating at her. Just because you're a little bit annoyed that they made some videos criticizing you doesn't give you the right to shove it in her face when she is in one of the lowest points she's been in a very long time. You're an awful person for doing that.
And I was just saying what they had to wind up admitting later on. And the reason I'm covering this now is because I was thinking about it. Before I was like, I don't think I want to talk about them ever in the future. And I meant that. I don't like them.
No, but you thought the ad revenue was a little bit too tempting, did you?
When I had a breakup, the two made a comedy sketch about me. And it was inaccurate or whatever. I didn't even see it, unfortunately.
So you're moaning about something you haven't even seen. How could you possibly know that it's that bad then?
Like, for instance, this video right here is the first time I've ever seen it, because I don't like watching the content, and if I'm going to watch their content, I may as well only do it once and with other people observing it so I can actively respond and not have to make a 40-minute video about it via editing, which would take me a full day.
What? You watched one of her videos recently and made a 27-minute video on it. What are you talking about? You've literally made a 50-minute video, basically. It's just a two-parter.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and cover this person who is very cocky and completely ignored my warnings. Talk about their boyfriend bragging about how they abuse women.
Hey guys, I am Jaclyn Glenn. I am Richie's girlfriend, and today we're going to be watching and reacting to a video that he filmed over a year ago, an art video called Dear Future Girlfriend.
An art video. This is what's funny. This is the response that I heard from so many people. Oh, someone said, and you're not cocky. Here's the thing about cockiness. If you're right, cockiness is great. If you're wrong, you should be humiliated.
What? What are you talking about? What, she should be humiliated for not wanting to see the bad sides in her boyfriend? Are you joking? What kind of a screwed up, twisted brain do you have? And no, you shouldn't be cocky when you're right, especially over something like this. Maybe be a little bit cocky if you win a race or a football match or something like that. But in a situation where you were trying to force her to see something she didn't want to see, you don't have the right to be cocky about being right about that. There's no winning something here. You're not winning anything. You're so absurd.
Like, you should be absolutely humiliated.
Oh, humiliated like getting a tattoo saying they're a liar stamped across their forehead and being chained to their basement for a week.
But they didn't ever offer an apology to me for being right the whole time and for warning them accurately.
They don't need to apologize. She doesn't need to apologize to you. Why? I don't get how you think in this way. It's not like, oh yeah, I won this argument, now you've got to apologise. What are you talking about? You were trying to make her think badly of her boyfriend, which she was never going to do. When you're in a relationship with someone and you love them, I don't know if your robot programming allows you to understand love, but when you're in love with someone, you don't want to see their bad sides. You don't want to believe it, and that's completely understandable. Yes, maybe in a nice way, maybe try and warn them politely of what they may be getting into, but they don't have to apologize when it turns out that you were right. You f***head.
Instead, they just immediately played victim and stuff. So this is them making fun of the idea that their boyfriend at the time could be abusive, when we all know goddamn well that person actually was abusive, and she was serving as an aiding in his abuse and an encouragement of his abuse because she was defending him, trying to hide his actual obvious tendencies.
So, if you had an abusive relationship, a violent abusive relationship, where the guy would beat her all the time, but she desperately loved him and didn't want to let go of them, and didn't want to admit to the bad person they are, and wanted to try and kind of lie to themselves and everyone else that it's a fine relationship, would you laugh at that person and force them to say sorry? No, you wouldn't. Well, maybe you would because you're that screwed in the head, but no rational person would do that because it's a horrible thing to do. Domestic relationships are a horrible thing. They're a very tricky thing, a very difficult thing when so-called love is involved, when the partner feels like they have to stay with the other person and because of that will want to defend their actions. That isn't something where you're like, I was right and you were wrong, he was actually a monster, no. No, you wouldn't do that because that's stupid as hell. You're supposed to help these people, and you've got to try to help them to understand the bad person they are. You don't do it in the way that you do things, because you approach things in the stupidest way that ends up hurting everybody. The thing is, she can't have been encouraging his abuse when she didn't see it as abuse. That's the thing you've got to realise here. It's not like she was like, yay, I'm being abused, this is great guys, you should all get into abusive relationships. That's a great idea.
Dear future girlfriend, you are a masterpiece.
That's right.
But only when you're the correct weight.
Dude, that face don't lie. You know? It doesn't lie. That face, the moment he said, only when you're...
Wow. Greg, that's not funny in any way. You recording yourself laughing at a girl who wound up in quite an abusive relationship is a sick thing to do. You are sick in the head and you need help. Go and see a therapist.
Wear nice clothing, and when your makeup is immaculate.
I mean, you know, he has told me from time to time that I should shed a few pounds, and that's fine, you know, but like...
Is she kidding?
See, I'm in agreement with Onision when it comes to not knowing whether this is a joke or not. If it's a joke, it's in pretty poor taste and it's a sad and a horrible joke. But if it's serious, then Social Repose, you're a disgusting person. Jaclyn Glenn is a very skinny girl. Telling her to lose weight is an awful, unnecessary thing to do. And funnily enough, these kind of actions remind me of Onision so much. They have a huge amount in common, but they won't admit that. Of course they won't.
That's gotta be a joke.
Want honesty in a relationship? You know, I'm not perfect. I know I'm not completely perfect. And he just, points that out a couple times.
So I do think this is a joke, because everything Social Repose says, she responds to it in a similar way every time. I don't really get what's wrong with Social Repose. Was that a serious video that he made? Because if it is, then you've got some real problems with you. Some real problems. You can't just expect perfection from everyone, and you can't just dispose of anyone that isn't that perfect. Just keep away from relationships, because you're toxic. You are absolutely toxic.
You never, ever tell your significant other that they need to shed a few pounds. There was one incident where I had a girlfriend who weighed the same as me. I was 170 and she was 170. I was 5'11 and she was 5'0. Okay, so she was not horribly skinny like other people. She was a healthy weight by my standard. But she asked me if she was obese, and I said, by medical standards, a doctor would say you're obese, but I don't think you're obese. I think that you're fine the way you are. And she lost it on me. And I literally just said it like that, like,
oh my God, Onision, what is wrong with you? And you're shocked at what Social Repose is saying, yet you've done something so similar. Except it's with this, I mean, why? Why did you mention that? The girl was obviously asking for your opinion on whether she was obese, So why did you say, well, I don't think you're obese, but lots of other people might think you're obese? Why would you say that? It's completely unnecessary. It doesn't add anything to the conversation. You're just informing a person that you don't think is obese, that other people think that you're obese. What is wrong with you? That's a stupid thing to do. When it comes down to girls that actually aren't obese on any level, and why would you say that? I know you're Mr. Honest, but this is where your honesty is a problem, because there's a difference between being honest and being cruel. Someone commented on one of my videos. I can't find it. Anyway, someone left me a comment saying it was like a quote about honesty, and the main gist of it was that there is a big difference between being honest and being cruel, because there's a fine line between the two, and Onision definitely falls into the latter.
She's bawling in a video, right? I haven't seen the video. I don't watch their videos. Like, the fucking only time I watch them is like when I'm responding to them like this. But like, I saw the thumbnail. She was bawling. You know? Look who's your Antichrist now. You thought it was a joke then, but look at you now.
Yeah, she's in pieces. She's in f***ing pieces. So what, you think it's appropriate to make now 50 minutes of footage where you gloat, laugh at her, and claim that you were right and she was wrong? Do you think that's appropriate for someone who is in pieces after an abusive relationship? You've got some twisted head to think that that's the case. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on about this because it's starting to go on. It's starting to go over things I've already said, but he's just really doing my head in with these videos. So unnecessary, and he's clearly using names for views. Clearly. So goddamn clearly. So let us now move on. We are now going to take a look at Zoella's apology video regarding the Christmas calendar that she made. If you haven't heard already, I made a video on this recently in which I talk about Zoella and this calendar. I'll put a link to that in the description, but the brief summary of it is that she made a calendar for this Christmas and she is charging £50 for it. 50 goddamn pounds. And if you want to see a full review of the calendar that goes into every one of the doors, every one of the 12 doors, not 25, God, it's insane. So if you want to see that review, there'll be a link in the description. This apology is terrible. She lies so much within it, and it's not like she's made one video that's the apology. She made a 38-minute vlog where the last 4 minutes are the apology, trying to hide it away from everyone, hoping that no one would notice. Sorry, I noticed. You're a liar, a complete liar. You're a manipulative witch that likes to completely rip off her young, impressionable audience. Sorry, let's have a look.
So I was editing this vlog that you have just watched, and I thought I would put this little bit in at the end.
Oh wow, you weren't even intending on doing it at all. That's great. Really good, Zoella, really good.
Because there has been some upset, disappointed people in the Zoella Lifestyle Advent Calendar, more specifically the price of the calendar.
Yep.
And I didn't want to not address it because I want you guys to know I do care about how you feel about things, and the last thing I want to do is anger, upset, or disappoint anyone, because that is not my intention in the slightest.
No, your intention was to extract as much money as possible from your young little children fans. Ooh, what Christmas spirit that is, you kind sharing lady.
So I thought it would be weird for me to kind of end this vlog like this, whilst there's people that are upset with the calendar price. The calendar is something I've worked on for a year. I love the product.
Wow, you worked on that for a year. This is something I haven't addressed, but it's a good time to do so. It is the most boring, standard, predictable garbage that you could imagine. The design on it is absolutely uninspired. It's like every other Christmas item that exists. The fact you're working on that for a year is quite shocking, because half of the items within the calendar are things that you already sell, which is ridiculous. You should have kind of specialized it, and maybe put some actual good things in there instead of f***ing confetti.
I am all about the creativity. I'm all about getting it from a design to a product. Where my input ends is there. Once that product is done and I'm happy with it, the retailer can decide how much they sell that for. That's completely out of my decision making.
Right, so this is the main reason why I wanted to talk about this today. That is 100% fabricated bullshit. Absolute nonsense. That's a total lie. It is entirely your decision to do that. And thank God Boots wasn't a liar like yourself and admitted fully that you were the one that set the price and Boots wanted to cut it in half. You liar. You are once again manipulating your young fans. Luckily, there are some more mature people in the YouTube community that can sniff out a liar within seconds. Ha! Ha ha ha!
I don't have the right to make those decisions. So it makes me so sad that a product that I loved and worked hard on, and that loads of you like the product, it is just having that product at the price that was out of my decision has left so many people so upset.
Absolute rubbish. I can't believe you're even saying this. You total liar. This is unbelievable. And another thing, who likes it? Who in the world likes it? Because the reviews I've seen, it got a 2 out of 5. I'm not sure where that was, but that's not good. That might be on the actual Boots website. Let's have a look. Yep, so here we go. You got less than 2 stars from 48 reviews. And yeah, so Boots has cut the price in half. 35 of those reviews were 1-star reviews. Several people said they wish to give it less than 1 star. So who likes it? Who in their right mind would like something like this?
Having that product at the price that was out of my decision has left so many people so upset, and I feel just as let down by this also.
Oh, I'm just so sad because I love my fans and it was out of my control. It wasn't me, I promise. No, it was the mean retailers. They're the ones that did this. I'm not really a money-hungry witch. It's just an illusion.
And the price of any product is up to a retailer, and I know that there's some of you that might not have known that, so I wanted to come in here and explain that to you, because even my mum didn't realise that.
Thank you so much for clearing that up. Sorry, I've made a mistake. I didn't realise that. Let's just cancel the video now. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bullshit. What are you talking about? What? So every manufacturer, everyone that designs a product has no say in how much they sell it for. What the where are you getting this crap from? Up your f***ing arse is where you're getting it from. Christ.
I don't want people to think that I'm sat at home counting £50 every time someone buys this calendar, thinking that that was a conscious decision that I made to rip people off.
Oh my god. Stop trying to make it seem like you're on a level with us guys, that that you're not actually the one that's the money hungry person in this, that you're not actually sitting at home counting your money, which is obviously what you do on a regular basis. You are so far from being on a level with us. You are. What about Hello World, where that was another time you completely ripped off your young fans? You went on stage for 5 minutes. And don't you come at me saying, oh, well, it's because she has anxiety problems. Absolute rubbish. Why would someone with anxiety problems, in fact, yeah, that makes it 10 times worse, because she knew full well that she wasn't going to be able to carry this out, but she did it anyway because she wants the money that much.
Because if you know me, you know that there is not a bone in my body that would think that way. And it makes me so sad that anyone would think that that was my intention, because that is 100% not my intention. My intention was to make a product that I thought you guys would love.
So what you mean by that is that was 100% your intention. So are you trying to tell us that Boots put the price at £50? Do you think they're that bat crazy? One of the biggest companies we have in England would sell a calendar for £50. Who the f*** do you think would believe that shit? You are taking the mick. Big time. You are an absolute joke. A complete money-hungry witch that is a complete sham. You are a disappointment to every one of us YouTubers that actually do care about our fans. You give us a bad name, and it's really terrible. So, bit of an idiot, really, aren't you? Bit of a moron. And don't even get me started on her other products. Let's have a look. So you have a hot water bottle cover, which is £20. You have a mug for £8.50, and you have socks and a candle for £18. One pair of socks and a candle for £18. Wow. Not as bad as a calendar, but wow. You're a joke. Well done for that. Anyway, that's about all I have for today. If you enjoyed today, please do leave it one of those spectacular likes and subscribe if you want to help support me and my channel. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next one.